I never imagined my life would turn into a nightmare. For 17 years, I had built a life with my wife, Sarah. We had 2 kids, a home filled with love and laughter, or so I thought. I worked hard to provide for my family, and despite the usual ups and downs of marriage, I believed we had something unbreakable. I was wrong. It all started with a gut feeling, a quiet voice whispering in the back of my mind that something was off. Sarah had been acting differently, more distant, her phone never leaving her side, always flipping the screen when I walked by. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe she was just stressed, maybe she needed space, but the truth was far uglier than anything I could have imagined. One night, she left her phone on the kitchen counter. A notification popped up. I wasn't one to invade her privacy, but curiosity got the better of me. The message was from a number I didn't recognize. "Can't wait to see you again." My heart pounded in my chest. I scrolled through the text, and what I found shattered me. Intimate messages, plans to meet up, words of love, except they weren't meant for me. The betrayal didn't end there. As I dug deeper, I found out she wasn't just involved with one man, but two. For 3 years, my wife had been living a double life, juggling our marriage with 2 other relationships. One was a coworker, the other an old friend from college. My mind reeled as I pieced together the timeline. While I had been taking care of our kids, working overtime to afford family vacations, she had been sneaking around, weaving lies with terrifying ease. I confronted her that night. I'll never forget the look in her eyes. Shock, guilt, and then defiance. At first, she denied it. But when I showed her the messages, the hotel receipts, she broke down. "It wasn't supposed to be like this," she sobbed. "I never wanted to hurt you." Her excuses felt hollow. She claimed she had felt neglected, that our marriage had lost its spark. But I wasn't buying it. I had fought for us, sacrificed for us, and in return, she had lied to me for 3 years. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice she made over and over again. The hardest part wasn't losing her. It was explaining it to our children. Our 15-year-old son, Jake, was old enough to understand. He was angry, hurt, confused. Our 10-year-old daughter, Emma, just cried, not fully grasping what was happening. Watching them suffer because of her betrayal was unbearable. In the weeks that followed, my world crumbled. I moved out, filing for divorce soon after. Sarah begged for forgiveness, swore she'd change, but how could I ever trust her again? The woman I had loved for nearly 2 decades had deceived me in ways I never thought possible. Healing has been slow. The pain of betrayal doesn't fade overnight. But with every passing day, I remind myself that I deserve better. I deserve honesty, loyalty, and love that isn't tainted by deceit. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear: I will never allow myself to be blinded again. And so I move forward. Not as a broken man, but as someone who refuses to be defined by betrayal. My past may be painful, but my future is mine to reclaim.